Hi guys, happy Saturday. So we have, 7 days until part 3 comes out? Exciting, very exciting. So, alright, this is part 40, I think, 41 of the traditional witchcraft posts. So, American folkloric witchcraft, which is incredibly amazing, and this is 8 ways of magic making magic. That came out wrong. Alright, now, this is a little different, so just bear with me. So, alright, in the Gardnerian tradition of witchcraft, Wicca, there are said to be 8 ways of raising power for magical purposes. So, they are as follows. So, we have the symbol of the 8 ways of making magic, which is, it looks like the Chaos Star. So, 1. Meditation or concentration. 2. Chant spells, invocations. 3. Projection of the astral body or trance. 4. Incense, drugs, wine, etc. 5. Dancing. 6. Use of the cords. 7. The scourge or the rod. 8. The great rite. So, you can combine many of these ways to produce more power. So, to succeed in magic, it is said that you need the following 5 things. The 5 things. These are very important. 1. Intention. You must have the absolute will to succeed, the firm belief that you can do so, and the determination to win through against all obstacles. A lot of people don't realize this in the spell work, that you are going to be tested. And I'm blurry. You're going to be tested, definitely tested. I'm blurry again, why? So you're going to be tested, there's tests, there's obstacles. You have to deal with that in magic, or it's just fruitless. So, 2. Preparation. You must be properly prepared. 3. Invocation. The mighty ones must be invoked. 4. Consecration. The circle must be completely or properly cast and consecrated, and you must have properly consecrated tools. So, literally, yes. Now, 5. Purification. You must be purified. So, great bath or shower. I prefer a shower because all the negativity can run down the drain. Alright, so note that just as there are 8 ways of making magic, so there are 8 sabbats in the Wheel of the Year, and just as there are 5 steps to the magical success, there are 5 points on the pentagram. So 8 and 5 are reoccurring sacred numbers in the craft, and 8 times 40, or 8 times 5 is 40, a number used in many magical applications. For example, the scourge or the rod is often used in counts of 40. That would hurt. Like 40 wax, or they're light. I mean, they're really light, but still, thank you, no. Well, I don't know. It seems a little diabolical. A good diabolical. Okay, so although he says, I was trained and raised in a Gardnerian coven, and I value the insights and experience I have gained there, I am now walking a different crooked path. Thank the gods. So let's analyze the 8 ways of making magic and the 5 steps to success for any American folkloric witch point of view. Alright, now we have meditation or concentration. This is even going to help me, so killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Or birthing 2 beasts with 1 stone. Sounds a little better. Are you guys excited for the 24th? I think it's going to be great. Wow, we have some really crazy weather going on. So, now, meditation or concentration. So, alright, now, concentration on a subject is the most basic form of raising and sending energy. So the evil eye is nothing more than negative thoughts clarified through intent and projected through the sense of sight. Meditation is a deeper form of concentration and can be enhanced through specific postures and gestures. These postures can be compared to Eastern yogic traditions, although they have roots in Celtic forms of magic, such as the one-legged, one-eyed stance, which emulates the posture of the crane, and the fachan for battle magic. Fergus Kelly, in the Guide to Early Irish Law, makes a statement that helps define it as a magic that kills. Kelly writes, some of their sorcery was effected through coinage, a term which seems to mean heron or crane killing, and apparently involved the recitation of a satyr standing on one leg with one arm raised and one eye shut. Alright, now that kind of reminds me of Baphomet, the statue of Baphomet. So, that's different. It's very different. So we have chants, spells, and invocations. I like this one right here, this chant that's coming up. So, okay, so this way of raising energy encompasses many different techniques, so all of which have to do with the spoken word. And what did we learn about the spoken word earlier? Breath, spiritus, soul. So, where'd I go? So, okay, chanting is the original idea behind enchantment, chant. So the words of a chant can reinforce the intent of the magic, or they can be seemingly nonsensical words with traditional meaning. As an example of this kind of chant is the popular so-called Basque witches chant. And I really like this one. I've heard it in movies, and I just wondered if they ever knew what they were actually doing. So we'll find out. So it goes echo, echo, Azarak, echo, echo, Zomalak, Bazak, wow, Bazabi, Laka. I can't even pronounce the rest of this, so I won't butcher that. So spells, just as they sound, were once written or spelled documents detailing the results desired. This form of magic was especially popular in ancient Rome, when spells would be written on lead tablets and given to one of the elements: burning, tossing into the water, burying, etc. Nowadays, a spell is any set of actions that brings about change through an act of magic. They often utilize components with specific correspondences to the desired outcome. Hoodoo uses its own traditional recipes and spell components to work magic. Hoodoo is amazing. I have a very newfound respect for hoodoo ever since becoming, traditional witchcraft. Alright, so now invocation is a special kind of vocalization used to invite the presence of the old ones. So also included in this concept of evocation. Invocation is the inviting of the spirit into oneself. Evocation is the inviting of a spirit to be present in local space. So, invocation is a carefully learned skill. In many traditions, it demands trust and understanding of the other realms. The spirits that we work with in our tradition are ancient and powerful. Safety and discipline are paramount during an invocation. So yes, very, especially working with the old gods. Wow. Be very careful with invoking them into your body. So, now we have the 3. Projection of the astral body, or just trance. So, projection of the astral body is a technique taught in several ways in our tradition. One can fly out on a broomstick or a grand ray by use of an ointment, potion, or shamanic training. So the fetch is an etheric construct used for projecting the astral body into that it may wander in that form. So in truth, all of the ways of making magic seek to bring the magician into a form of trance, even if it's very light. So through the trance, we perceive other realms and can manipulate that energy links that connect all things as one. Drumming and guided meditation are 2 ways that trance can be achieved. Many of the following ways of making magic also assist in achieving trance. Trance is fun. I love trance. It's nice. It's very fun. So, it's really funny too. And let's see. I watched a recap of all the Sabrinas. The Chilling Adventures, not regular, the fluffy bunny Sabrina, but the dark Sabrina. And oddly enough, Kiernan Shipka, who plays Sabrina, she actually told the audience about how she blacks out. And goes through like 4 pages of, dialogue, script, and just completely is just, it feels like that she said, basically she blacks out and she doesn't remember doing what she did. And being so immersed in that role, yeah. And that really connected to me when I used to black out when I channeled, or did the Ouija, when I had no idea what was going on. So that doesn't happen anymore, but I thought that was a really, really weird coincidence, synchronicity. Okay, so now we have 4, incense, drugs, wine, etc. Don't use drugs. Don't use drugs. So, ethogens have a long and storied history in the craft, particularly the it's mushroom. It's some kind of a mushroom. They have been used in flying ointments, transformation elixirs, herbal incense, smokes, anointing oils, washes, and you can and any mixture you can think of. Also popular in certain circles are Amanita muscaria, wormwood, domenia, hashish. Oh, well, of course we have hashish in here. Syrian rue, and countless others. Wine, of course, is central to the red meal, and also serves as a gentle way to let slip our egos and find ourselves outside of consensus reality when used in moderation. Moderation. Not a lot of people know moderation. Not many do. That's why I would never Ouija. I'm drunk. I can't drink, so. Okay, so let's see, where do we go? Okay, so all of these substances are dangerous, and several of them are also illegal. They are, so don't try them. Thank you. So, this is certainly one of the ways of magic that should not be attempted by the untrained witch. Don't go into any of this without training. None of it. Don't even think about using anything to try to get into trance. So, we have 5. Dancing. So dancing may be the oldest form of celebration and communication. So it is central of raising of power through the treading of the mill. The mill is treaded by moving widdershins with a lamped step over ground where the compass has been laid. So more vigorous treading of the mill can happen in large groups where the spiral is danced inward and outward in a kind of a follow-the-leader procession. Dancing in circles around a bonfire is an ancient and cultural tradition. Pan-cultural. So, the form of raising power can be witnessed at many sabbats and festivals around the world. Now we have 6. Use of the cords, and 7. The scourge. So, these, also known as working and stropping, are often used in combination to produce the desired trance state. The cords are used to slightly restrict blood flow to certain areas of the body, while the person being bound is made to stand or sit in an uncomfortable positions, also used to restrict circulation. Oh, no. I would feel claustrophobic and freak out. So, but the cords are also used in knot magic, and is a symbol for the magical link. Through the contemplation of certain knots, plaits, and other features of the cord, a trance state can be achieved, much like in the use of a rosary or prayer beads. So it's pretty interesting. I like that. I like that idea. I like meditation, the chanting. Why am I blurry? Again, there we go. So yes, I do like that. Alright, now, so the scourge is used almost always in light stroking motion to encourage blood flow into certain areas. Okay, I can understand that. So only in extreme circumstances is the scourge used in anger or with force. Light rhythmic application of the scourge can produce trance just as would a steady drum beat or the use of a lamped step. I like the drumming first. That's perfect. Now, the Great Rite, we all know what this is. So, the Great Rite is, in full, is an act of sexual congress between two individuals who have each invoked a god or a goddess. Another term for this is the Hieros Gamos. So, what Gardner was actually getting at by including this is one of the ways of making magic was the idea of sexual energy being used as a conduit for magic. Orgon. Literally, orgon. So, anyone can do this, partnered or not, invoked or not. It is quite popular in modern chaos magic circles, particularly those influenced by the work of the Eos Fair. In our tradition, we refer to the use of sex magic as druery. I like that better. So, we have covered quite a bit. So, the 8 ways of making magic. I like it. I like it a lot. So, hopefully that can help you guys with your own magical techniques and wordings and everything else. So yes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy. I love you all very much. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. There we go. Alright guys. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Sundays with Satan. And I love you all very much.